Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the December 10th, 2024 legislative session of the town of Austin. Please rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you.
Councilmember Manicchio.
Here.
Councilmember Meyer.
Present.
Councilmember Filter Wheel.
Here.
Councilmember Wines.
Present.
Supervisor Feldman.
Present.
Departmental reports, Park Foreman Mario Velardo.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening.
Good
How you doing?
evening.
Yeah, so from our last update back in September, we had the next day the 9/11 ceremony, which we cleaned out the monument beds we have at the waterfront and we planted mums. That same week we started the demo on the playground at Ryder Park. We were responsible for removing the old playground, knocking it down, and all the site work, including drainage, and bringing it down to an elevation where it's more ADA compliant with the walkway and everything. Also the month of September, we kept up with our regular maintenance of our grass, our garbage, ball fields, and cleaning of the bathrooms. We also helped cemetery with burials and kept on with our Tuesday schedule of going there to cut the grass. Start of October, planted 7 trees. I forgot the names of them. 11 low growing blueberry bushes on the hill at Cedar Lane. Oh, you remember the name of them?
Red buds and the shed.
Yes,
bush.
that is it. Hopefully this winter we'll get back there and clear some of the invasives and the knotweed and all the vines that started growing again. We did. It's been a couple of 2 years now since we did it, and then hopefully in the spring some more plantings. We also installed 4x4 posts, as we always do each year, for the Girl Scouts for the Halloween scarecrows. We went back to Cedar Lane where we did the sewer line back in the fall, back in the winter in February. We added topsoil and planted grass in that whole area where we had to dig. We also went back to Gerlach around the new playground we did. Added topsoil and planted grass there as well. We helped the cemetery with concrete foundations and funerals. In the middle of October, after we were done with the necessary site work for the new playground, he came in and installed the new playground equipment. Once that was done, we added all the drainage inside, connected with the pipes we left, doing all the outside drainage. Then we had to fill it up with crushed stone, leave it to a height of like 3 inches for the poured in place surface. We also had to do all the forms for the outside border. As some of you saw it, we did concrete and we made it look like wood. So it looks like railroad ties that are around it. We had to set up temporary sprinklers at Cedar Lane and Gerlach because we weren't getting any rain. The grass wasn't growing. After we did that, we got grass pretty quickly. After the contractors did the poured in place, we prepped the walkway there and we did the concrete sidewalk. Same thing, we stamped it and made it look like wood. Same thing in October, just like every other month, we kept up with our weekly maintenance of grass. October, we start with leaves, so we mulch leaves. This year, mulching leaves was a lot easier because it was so dry. We didn't have to deal with wet leaves or anything like that. Start of November, we were pretty much wrapping up the playground. We ripped out the rest of the chain link fence, was all rusted and everything, and we replaced it with post and rail fence. Then we brought in dirt, planted grass. The grass did not grow, but we tried. So we kept the playground closed for like an extra 2 weeks, but then we opened it up and we fenced it off just to keep kids from going into the dirt and making a mess. The seed is there. It should have took, but it'll go dormant now in the winter and hopefully in the spring it'll come up. If not, we'll have to reseed it. What was that? We took out the docks at the waterfront. We did the final cleaning of all our bathrooms, winterized them, winterized water park and all our sprinklers. We had to replace the heater in our shop, which went last year. So obviously before it got cold, something we did. Took out the tennis courts at Ryder. The people still play. The pickleball nets are still there, but they're portable. People go, if it's nice out, they can still play pickleball. We did our final cleanups, mulching the leaves. Like I said, it was a lot easier because it was so dry out. We cleaned the pavilion parking lot at Ryder. Started parking some of our equipment underneath the pavilion, just
I know.
what we do in the winter, just to keep it out of the weather. Also, our annual contractor started the Ryder Park lower court. We're responsible for taking down the fence, one that's in between the courts. They did the wall, they did the drainage, they just prepped it. So hopefully in the spring, let it settle over the winter. In the spring, they'll be back to finish. We just started work at the dog park. We're installing 4 LED solar lights. We were responsible for digging the holes. They were 6 feet deep. We had to install sonotubes, rebar cages, and pour concrete. Those will hold the light poles. Once that's done, it should be hopefully next week. The lights will be in, the light poles. All the concrete work is done. We did it last week. So the bases are done. We'll do our wood chips in the dog park. This year we'll every 2-3 years we actually dig out all the old wood chips because they turn into dirt and they just retain water, and it just people know that go up there, it's just a muddy mess after it rains. That's it. And then for this winter, we'll be service our equipment. We still have some work to do at the Ryder Park, the playground on the hillside and the backside of the playground. We have a couple of drainage trenches to clear out there. Hopefully we'll make some benches, some tables this winter. I mean, obviously with the new playground, we put some benches there. We have to replace a bench at Cedar Lane that was broken. We'll see, maybe we'll do some more work at the caretaker's house. And that was it. And just I want to thank, as always, Mark and Albin. Always working hard. They get a lot done in a day. Larry, always grumpy, but he does a lot for us. The Jose's, they're always, and Franklin, always happy to help us. And also Victorio and Johnny Orlando from the highway department that helped us a couple days with the Ryder playground work. Yep.
I do want to really commend you on the concrete work that you did. The stamped concrete looks exactly like wood. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
It's a nice touch to the park. It'll be there for decades to come, probably. So very good job on that.
Yeah, I started stamping actually when COVID happened. I built my first swimming pool, and buddy of mine, he's like, let's do some stamping. I was like, never done it. He's like, well, you know how to do concrete? I was like, yeah, let's do it. And it just gives more detail. It's different than everything's asphalt or room finished concrete. It just adds that.
Well, you also have a way with the colors and
Yeah.
making it look real. And the people who had the memorial bench damaged are very excited to have your handiwork in the new bench. They were very angry when they came to me. They're like, "Where is the bench?" I'm gonna be making you a new one. They're like, "Oh yeah, like you made." So they were very excited. So your work is noticed and appreciated.
Thank you.
But it really adds something to the park. The drainage that Rinaldi did, are you going to be able, is that tied to the work that you did, or is that something we need to tie to?
No, we still have to finish the backside of the drainage we did. Everything he did comes to
To the front?
front,
Okay.
the first Brookus.
So it's big enough to tie it back.
The back is, we just keep tying into what we did. It's a series of basins that we have 2 more sections to do.
Perfect. Thank you for all you're doing. Doing a lot.
All right, thank you.
Anybody else have any?
No, thank you.
Thank you. Just keep on showing off your talent and happy holiday and there your staff and everybody.
Same to you guys. Valentine, happy holidays.
And I just want to say, I mean, when we went to see Ryder Park and playground, it does look incredible.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you. Departmental report, Highway and Cemetery Superintendent Pete Connolly.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Pete.
So we'll start with the cemetery, just doing their normal duties. We did have Stewart Preservation come back for another year down at Sparta. Repaired about 50 of the headstones down there. Hopefully, I'm looking maybe for another year, we can wrap up Sparta and move on back to Dale. So we'll see how that goes. No promises. On the highway side, the crews were called in to plow and salt the roads on November 22nd at Little Spritz. Some of the town had snow on it, some didn't. So little tough, you know, we're still doing leaves, trying to transition, put the plows on and everything else at the same time. But, you know, we got it done. So, and speaking of leaves, most of our time has been spent over the last 8 weeks, roadside leaf pickup. Okay. So that goes on to the end of the year. Then it has to be bagged and it's picked up every Friday till next October. So, Croton Dam Road, near the entrance to Country Meadows, you may have noticed we had a retention pond there that takes the water from the original development of Country Meadows to the left side and was all overgrown, filled with silt. We went in there, cleaned it up, did a nice job with the grass. Thanks to the village, during the dry spell, they let us use the hydrant there and got some grass to grow. And we planted some new shrubs. So they're going to grow together, kind of hide that little retention pond after a while. So it turned out to be a good project. As Mario mentioned, highway crews worked alongside the park staff at Ryder for the playground. And our mechanics began removing a rotted dump body that Mario had on one of his trucks for parks. And we're going to put a utility body on one of ours. So right now they're in the process of switching the body over. And when the new utility body comes in January, that's got to go on our truck. So a good deal for both departments and, you know, save some money for the town. We began to remove the large pile of asphalt millings that's been over Cedar Lane Park for many years. Most of it we found a home for, some around the cemetery. The village water department wanted some behind one of their lift stations. OFD is making a training pad behind the Northside Firehouse, so they got some. And we got a good deal with the recycling place in Montrose. If there's any left, we'll get rid of them up there, so to be recycled even more. Road line striping was completed during the last quarter. I do have some stop bars to install on Ganong Drive after the paving project. But the weather got cold and then the rain, so we're trying to squeeze that in as soon as we can. And speaking of that, that was another big project over the last quarter. Come out very nice. Ganong Drive and all the related side roads. I think there's 5 of those. Actually, one complaint, how am I going to get home? But the road was never really closed. So out of 100 homes up there, I think that was pretty good. So shout out to town engineer Paul Frioli too, who helped us with that project also. 2 of my members attended a Dig Safe training seminar in Poughkeepsie in October. That's, the markouts we have to process before we dig, or before anybody else digs in the town of Ossining. They're required to let us know too, make sure nobody's going to hit our sewer lines and things like that. That's the law. You have 2 days notice. But it's good to keep the guys in training and up to snuff on that. So, Liz and I and our building inspector John met with DEC over our storm water audit. So we're gonna wait for those results to come back, but I'm very confident we do what we're required to do. Might not be quite as much or in the same way that they want it done, but our system is very, very tight. So we'll see how that turns out. So just as a point of interest maybe to the board, and like to thank them for that, but I believe that the highway department received about $970,000 worth of equipment this year. Some long overdue. One truck was 30 years old, one of our Packers, two multi-purpose Freightliner dump trucks, plow trucks, and just before that happened, one of the older ones, the engine blew. So it was good timing. Also a new wood chipper. So equipment that's going to be around probably for, 20 years each. So, and this board and the previous board, because some of these vehicles took 2 years to
Man,
receive. So I'd like to thank them for that cooperation in that, because we could really use it. Okay. So I have.
right. And I also want to add all the drainage work that you and your crew put in
Mhm.
to prepare for the rider paving, to take care of Cedar Lane, all the road repairs that you do, really keep them safe and looking good. We really rarely get complaints.
Yep.
So thank you very much for all that you do. Also helping out with disconnecting the sewer. I mean, it's really nice to see how well Parks and the Highway and the cemetery are all working together, getting the idea to share the body really saves us a lot of money. And I really appreciate how well both your departments are working together and how well run
Thank you.
department is.
Yeah.
So thank you.
All for the benefit of the town, and it has been working out. So, okay.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you. Ashley, one question, please.
Mhm.
All the equipment's all spoken for, it's all in, nothing's in progress on the line?
No,
Still got more.
nothing is, well, I have one pickup truck actually, that we ordered, and Mario has one too from this firm out in California. Something with Ford's, build dates are holding us up quite a while. So we're gonna have to look at that after the first of the year, and hopefully Ford will come through.
Thank you. Happy holidays.
Yep, same to you. Thank you.
I just have a quick question.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Now that DOT is spending so much time in our area with the roads,
Mhm.
I'm just curious if they had any communication with you about those culverts that are at the intersection of 9A and 134. Do you think that they're aware that they still have to maintain that area? Letting them.
The supervisor and I met with the engineer for the state for the paving project. She really took an interest in those drainage questions like you have. We do have one area that we're trying to coordinate with the homeowner and the state, and which has to be dredged. It would be in the area across from the hot dog wagon. Okay, so, so that all comes from Binkle, all the way down from Grace Lane, all those in the back. It's a lot of water. Comes down 9A from the operations center. Okay, and it's kind of getting choked there. What they did under 9A was a big improvement. That pipe was too small. And they do have some issues going towards St. Augustine
Kitchewan.
Cemetery past the hot dog wagon on Kitchewan Road. So again, they have the general foreman in Millwood is aware of that also. So I think if maybe Liz and I and the state, we get together with those two parties, the homeowner and the state, and get permission. And we were thinking of going in there and doing that ourselves. So, it'd be a nice winter project, and just,
Make a real difference.
open that up a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Wasn't it also other side of 9A?
Those culverts some of them need to be rebuilt after a storm. We're working with FEMA on that project. So we have a stormwater drainage study over there to determine how much water is coming out from Newcastle, down Maple, to look at what sizing needed. If it's going to be our area that needs to be worked on or the state area that needs to be worked on or both. So we have a whole study going on for that. But that amount of water, I think some of the flooding is coming from backing up at the 34 site because it's not going down Kitchen One. That's what the engineer from the state thinks. So if we can get that part of the drainage open and everything flows more evenly, we may not have to do as much work. So I think Pete and I would like to accomplish, we need to rebuild the walls that collapsed and some of the infrastructure. But I think that we would like to see what happens when they actually open up their drainage, the state-owned drainage corridor, and then see what we have to do from there. You agree, Pete?
100%. That's, yeah. So we got to get rid of those blockages, all right? Try to get it to the Hawks Avenue overpass where it opens up to a wider culvert, then it goes alongside St. Augustine Cemetery and, down
Kilburn.
past Dale Cemetery and the way it goes down to the Hudson. But yeah, so it's kind of coming in pieces, but it is moving along. And like Liz said, we are working with FEMA. We've been out there. I must have been out there 8-10 times. So, but trying to get that done too. But if we can get that done on the Kitchewan Road side, hopefully that'll help it out. So.
By the way, I don't want you to have any more work. I just feel like DOT is in our area. I'm aware it's taken them a while to come to the table.
I absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I just feel like we have their attention now. They're in our area. I don't want
Right.
to let them go.
Mhm.
So get them
Yes.
to solve that problem.
Well, I think
I'm
Liz
gonna
will.
put it on you.
No, that's
No,
fine.
no, the engineer
That's fine.
was very nice in talking
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
us
she
about
was.
areas
Yeah.
that wasn't to do with the current 9A
Okay.
project, which I don't know if we should be saying.
Yeah.
But she came and met with us and walked the area and listened to us and identified what she thought the problems were and even, explored with her equipment while it was there. So we're very happy with that particular engineer. If not for just opening up all the drainage corridors that have been clogged for decades, we found some that really hadn't been maintained by the state for a very long time. So they've really opened up a lot of the drainage,
Okay.
and then it stopped raining, so we really can't see the maybe tomorrow we'll see the real effect.
Right. Only because I've been aware / involved.
Yep.
So my only
Mhm.
why I'm.
That's fine.
No, we are trying to
Yeah.
solve the problem of those
Mhm.
houses and everybody
You know, and
getting
I'm
flooded.
talking-
No, and it's frustrating. It's, you're trying to come up with an answer because you feel sorry for when these people's houses, a few there,
Water.
they get water in them. So,
All right.
but yeah, we're working on it.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you, Pete.
Thanks.
Thank you. Supervisor and town board announcements.
All right. Let's see. Well, as Mario mentioned, the Ryder Park Playground is done and open. Not the lawn around it yet, but playground is open. The Project Mover e-bike program is on winter pause. The e-bikes will return after the winter season. It's been extremely successful so far and has plans to expand to the surrounding communities. The EPA Hudson River office is hosting an informational meeting on December 12th at 6:30 p.m. The Orange County Community College at Newburgh campus. This event will discuss which types of crabs and fish from the Hudson River are safe to eat, how to properly clean and cook them. For more information, please visit their website at www.epa.gov/Hudson River PCBs /EPA-Hudson-River-PP PCBs-site-contacts. Anyway, for more information, look up EPA PCB, you'll get it. The Ossining Recreation Department will be hosting the Special Needs Holiday Night Out on December 18th at 6:30 in the Community Center. This program will give our special needs population and their caregivers the opportunity to participate in the holiday activities. Please register at www.villageofossining.org. Beginning on Sunday, December 22nd at 9 a.m., Santa will be traveling throughout the village and town of Ossining on an Ossining Fire Department fire truck for our annual candy cane run. As always, Santa will be handing out candy canes and stopping for pictures. Be sure to check out the candy cane run route over on the Village of Ossining website or on the Facebook page. The menorah lighting will be held at Market Square, 6 p.m. Thursday, December 26th. The Ossining Boat and Canoe Club is running the annual holiday toy drive. There are many available locations participating in this event, including the Ossining Fire Department, the Ossining Ambulance Corps, Sing Sing Hill Brewery, and many more. Please see the Facebook page for a detailed list of locations and times to drop off. This is the last week of the main week of dropping off toys because we need time to get them to families. They can wrap them, be sorted, families can pick them, and they can get them under the tree. So if you're thinking of donating, please do it soon. All right. The 109th Baker Collier Christmas Cheer Fund is currently underway. The fund is an all-volunteer organization that works together with the fire department that pack the food and delivers food to families in our community who are in need of assistance. Last year, they served over 300 families. Please visit their website at the Baker Collier Christmas Cheer Fund.com for more information and the really sweet story of how this tradition started. The Village of Ossining train station parking permit renewal has begun for next year. Current permit holders have until December 16th, 2024 to renew their parking permit. Permits will be open to those on the wait list as of December 17th. Please check the Village of Ossining website or Facebook page for more information. Hudson Compost, a new company that will pick up compost at your door. New customers can join for free through 2024. For more information, please visit their website at hudsoncompost.com. Westchester Collaborative Theater is presenting world premiere of musical Gladys Day. For more showing information, please visit their website at wcttheater.org. Hudson Valley Books for Humanity is hosting a great many events these upcoming weeks, including musical events, book signings, and more. For more information, please visit their website at hudsonvalleybooksforhumanity.com. Bethany Artist Community has their early registration open for the 2025 Kids Create Camp. For more information about this fun and creative camp, please check out their website at bethanyarts.org. Please don't forget to apply for Home Energy Assistance Program, HEAP, help cover your heating costs. If you are eligible for any of our social services through Westchester County, SNAP benefits or anything else, you are eligible for lowering your heating costs. Please contact the Westchester County Department of Social Service at 914-995-3333 for more information. As always, the Ossining Public Library has many events, including movies, crafts, meditation, tutoring, yoga, book clubs, art shows, and more. Please see their website, ossininglibrary.org, for more information. The Loft LGBTQ+ Community Center has everything from events and programs to resources and presentations, all dedicated to providing support to everyone who is part of the LGBTQ+ community, including many virtual and in-person support groups and clubs for a multitude of different topics. Check out their website at loftgaycenter.org for more information. There are many more fun and interesting events being held locally. Please see my supervisor's update for more information on the ones that I have just spoken about and others. The supervisor's update or the webpage. Thank you. Do any of my colleagues have
Got it all?
No, not.
anything? All right.
All right,
I
Thank
try.
you. Thank you.
Good job.
Any liaison reports?
No.
Okay, public comment on agenda items. Visitor shall be accorded to 1 4-minute opportunity to address the board on any of the resolutions on the agenda. Do we have anybody online? No. Okay. Board resolutions, approval of minutes, this November 26, 2024. Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Ossining hereby approves the November 26, 2024 minutes of the regular meeting as presented. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approval of voucher detail report. Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Ossining hereby approves the voucher detail report dated December 10, 2024 in the amount of $614,189.54. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
calling for a public hearing, the Brightcliff Manor Restaurant Cabaret License 2025. Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Austin hereby calls for a public hearing to be held on Tuesday, January 14, 2025 at 7:30 PM at the Bristol Fagan Police Court Facility 8689 Spring Street, Austin, New York, 10562, and via Zoom conferencing, which information will be available at Town of Austin website. And the matter of 2025 cabaret license for the Brightcliff Manor Restaurant, 25 Cedar Hill Road, Brightcliff Manor, New York, 10510. To have a motion to as amended, right? So this resolution is gonna be as amended it's for the 2025 cabaret license for the Brightcliff Manor Restaurant. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
All in favor as amended?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, resolution authorizing the supervisor to sign a letter to intend to participate in the Westchester County Hazard Mitigation Plan updated project. Whereas Westchester County has initiated the program to update the jurisdictional hazard mitigation plan, HMP, as required by FEMA, whose current approved plan expires in 2026, and whereas FEMA no longer found single jurisdiction mitigations plan and hazard mitigation grant program, HMGP, application has been submitted to FEMA to fund a countywide HMP updated effort, and whereas the HMP update will be carrying out into compliance with the federal laws, which require local government to have an approved hazard mitigation plan to be eligible for federal mitigation grants funds. And now therefore be resolved that the Town Board of Town of Austin hereby authorizes the supervisor to sign a letter to intend to participate in the Westchester County Hazard Mitigation Plan, HMP, updated project on behalf of the Town of Austin. To have a motion.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Correspondence to be received and filed. Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Austin hereby accept the following correspondences. Planning Board resolutions, 549 North State Road Restaurant from October 16, 2024. ARB resolutions, 549 North State Road Restaurant from October 16, 2024. ZVA transcript, Tomazulu, 200 Road 9A from October 21, 2024. ZVA transcript, Decker for Backen, October 21, 2024. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Favor?
Aye.
Monthly report, resolved that the Town Board of Town of Austin hereby accepts the following monthly reports for the month of November 2024. Dell Cemetery, Highway Department, Supervisor's Office, Tax Receiver, Town Building Department, and Town Clerk. Do I have a motion?
moved. Second.
Favor?
Aye.
Visitor recognition, visitor shall be accorded 1 4 minutes opportunity to address the board on issues not related to the agenda but relevance to the common good of the town. Do I have anybody online? No. Okay. Do I have a motion to adjourn to executive session for advice of counsel and contracts?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Thank you for joining us this evening. We're expecting quite a rain and windstorm tomorrow. So please bundle up and secure your outdoor decorations. And we'll see you next week. Take care. Night. Thank you for joining us.